I'm sat by the river, just enjoying a nice evening in Ireland. And I wanted to do a post. This is something that's been sitting with me for a little while now. Just some reflections from my life, I guess. I actually first recorded it on Sunday. I was in East Dunmore and Dunmore East, beg your pardon. Beautiful place, eh? But it didn't really come out the way I was happy with, so that's why I've not actually posted it yet. The wind's getting up a little bit here. So yeah, I'm just going to share a few reflections with you. What do we do as men when things aren't necessarily going so well, you know? When problems start to arise. I'm generalising a little bit, but I think for the most, we as men, we kind of like, we try and find the solutions and we try and make life work. And a good example of this, it's not always just in my own life. Quite often I'd sit down with Louise, and Louise is my wife, and she'd be telling me about things that's happened in her life during the day and just things that she's maybe battling with, struggling with. And instead of actively listening, and that's another post in itself, that the ability to actively listen, I'm sitting there and I'm trying to work out solutions. I'm trying to work out how I can make things work, make life work, and that kind of stuff, you know. And I think as men, we, again, generalising, I think we're pretty good at that, coming up with solutions to make life work. But is that enough? I've come out to Ireland, and this is a wonderful place. I'm really enjoying coming out, having come out here, and just looking forward to the rest of my life here in Ireland, actually. But when I first came out here, it was quite tough. I think maybe you've picked up on some of my earlier posts. It was quite tough. I kind of expected to find a job quicker, find somewhere to live quicker. My wife and daughter come out from Africa and join me quicker. And it got quite tough for a while, you know. And now I found a job. I'm working in a call centre. I'm still doing the training at the moment, but I'm going to be working in a call centre. I found somewhere to live. I'm sharing a house with two other guys, so I'm basically renting a room. I'm making life work. Again, making life work, you know. But is that enough? Is that enough for me? And I think that's the danger. When we get good at making things work, do we just build our bus there? Park our bus and build our house there. Get the saying right. If we're going to use the saying, make sure you get it right. Do we just park our bus in that place, where we're making life work? We've kind of come up with some kind of solution to the problems and the hardships that we're facing. Do we just park our bus and then build our house there? Or do we take it a stage further? And that's the challenge. That's the challenge for me, because I've got a job, I've got somewhere to live, I'm making life work, but I'm not happy, you know. I know there's still more. And if I'm not actively seeking after that more, it's not going to be long before I start to withdraw. I'm missing my family, all my friends in South Africa. I'm making new friends here, but it's still early doors, you know, so that those friendships haven't really got any depth to them yet. And if I'm not striving for more than just making life work, I know that staying in that place, I'm going to end up just withdrawing from things and just making life work, you know. And I don't want to do that. I want to make the most of my time in Ireland. I want to build my life here. I want to get things ready for my wife and daughter. So my challenge for myself, and if you can relate to this, my challenge for you as well, is don't just park your bus and build your house in that kind of place where you're just making life work. You've come up with a few simple solutions to things, you know. I'm trying to think of a good analogy for it. It's like, you know, you get a cut on your arm, a bad cut, and you apply pressure and you stop the bleeding, and you think, okay, all's good, I'm making life work, and you get on with life. And actually that wound is still open, and after a little bit of time, it gets infected and you end up with a bigger problem. And I think that's the danger of just settling for making life work, you know. In time, if you just settle there, things are going to get worse, and things will certainly get worse for me if I don't start striving for the more. And the cool thing about striving for the more actually is it makes every day interesting. Yeah, life can get really boring if we just settle and just stay in that place, but if we're actually going after the more, if we're actually thinking, no, there's got to be more than just living in a house with two other fellas and renting a room, and I spend so much of my time just in this one room, you know. Even in my job, I don't know, I might love being a call centre representative, a customer care representative, proper title. But if I don't, I'm working for a company where I can actually apply for other jobs, you know. So that's the challenge. If you're making life work, well done. But don't necessarily settle there. Look for, is there more? Are you still hungering for more? If you are, don't just park your bus and build your house where you're at, but go after it. I think it's going to make your life and my life, as I apply this stuff, a lot more interesting, and there's definitely more to come. So yeah, just a few reflections from my life. If you can relate to this and you've got any thoughts on it, maybe just share some thoughts in the comments below, and I'll be really interested to see listen to your take on these things. Anyway guys, I'm going to sign off there. Thanks for tuning in, and I will speak to you again soon. Bless you guys.